Hey guys, today's video is going to be very simple. I was going to do OCs, so I'm very sorry about that. This week was something different. I was not expecting it. I was planning on doing lots of work and getting like multiple videos out, but it didn't go that way. I actually had a really bad allergic reaction to poison ivy or poison oak. I may have been poison oak now that I'm thinking about it. But it was bad, and I pretty much couldn't do most any work for a while there, so I'm finally back and it's healing up, so hopefully I'll be back on schedule. I'm so sorry about that. Today's video is pretty simple. It's going to be about pretty much me. I'm designing this OC. I love to design OCs. I like to sell them as adoptables up on my amino. Pretty much I auction them. I start them at 50 amino coins, which is not a lot of coins. I was trying to figure out exactly how to compare the coins to money. Let's say 100 amino coins is about less than $1. Quite a bit less than $1. So 50 would be like, let's say 35 cents, I suppose. So it starts there and people can bid and go upward and they choose pretty much the price they want to go for an OC. I feel like that's the most fair way for me to do it and make people happy because it's like, they get to choose the price and I'm not in charge of it, so it's easier for me. When I first thought about adoptables, I didn't understand it because I've always been the type of person who really wants to try and design the characters. Though I understand it now because it's like, some people come up with such interesting like stories and stuff I see on Instagram, like people post an OC and I'm like, man, I wish that OC was mine because I would love to input it into a story I have. I would love to just draw pictures of them, stuff like that. So I can totally understand that now, though it's still hard for me to understand why someone would want to purchase one of mine because it seems, I've realized I'm not that great at making detailed characters, but I try my best. So please do leave a critique in the comments. I would love to know what you guys think and what you think I could improve on. This picture here is actually the second picture of this OC. I had an original video where I'm not sure which video it was that I actually showed you guys me drawing the first drawing. I drew this extra drawing to like show a little bit more personality, show a little bit more about the character, stuff like that, because I've always seen these like OC sheets, reference sheets, where I'm like, those are really cool, I would love to try that. So that's what I'm trying. When I'm designing a character, the first thing I'm thinking is usually what can I start with to make the character unique? And not like either like normally like a trope or something like that, but sometimes honestly going with whatever you think sounds the most fun is what I like to do. Not like to be too critical and think, oh, I can't do this because that character type's not popular, or I can't do that because that character type's been done before. Pretty much I like to do whatever is like fun for me. And then if someone doesn't like the character, that's my bad, but I just do whatever's fun because I feel like that shows through with the character. If it's fun for you and you enjoy drawing it, you're going to do a better job. And I'm sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. Her name is 𝐏𝐫𝐸, and I actually got her more recently, and she's a German Shepherd, and she is so sweet and so adorable, but she can be a little loud while filming, so I'm sorry if you can hear that, and I know I'm really distracted right now. I was not prepared for this video whatsoever. I drew this drawing, and I thought, why not upload something and just tell people what's going on, because that's more just, you know, being honest and not trying to be too professional, because I realize sometimes I try and be a little too professional to the point where I won't upload videos if I think, oh, it's not that great, it's not a great idea, so just don't upload. But this is more fun and it's more enjoyable, I suppose. It's not professional, I mean, I'm trying. Okay, so like I said, normally I start with trying to figure out what I want to do unique. With this character, I wanted to do like a more superpowers. That was my theme. I wanted to give them something superpower related, but I also didn't want it to be limited. I wanted this character's superpowers to be anything, like absolutely anything. If they wanted to clone someone, if they wanted to randomly have a car float up into the air, anything like that, plants controlling them, things like that, anything at all, they can do it. That's what I want to do, like a godlike sort of superpowers. But the catch is she can't control them at all. So if she randomly sets herself on fire and doesn't notice, if she randomly gets hit by a car, she won't get hurt. If she randomly actually starts making her classmates float around, she has no control over it. It's mostly based on her emotions. So if she's moody, if she's upset, it gets worse. So say she's upset, she goes on her first date and her date stands her up. The biggest problem is that she's going to wreak havoc when she gets upset. So like say a tornado could show up or something like that. Like the powers aren't limited. It's literally just she causes random things to happen. I thought that made it more fun and interesting. I got this idea kind of like to My Hero Academia style, where the powers, they didn't have any logic and they weren't trying to have logic. If someone's superpower was a grape, they went with it. It doesn't make any sense, but they went with it. So that's what I was going for. It was a whole like more, I was gonna say quirky, but I know it's a funny word right now. More strange or not really limited superpowers, where she's pretty much almost like a goddess in a sense, where her powers are just not limited. So that's what I was going for. And first I was trying to think out how do you design this, but since I wanted it to be more like simple and more like a fun, kind of like a comedy-ish, if it was an anime, it'd be more like an Northern High School Host Club rather than like a Black Butler. I don't know if that's a good example at all. But so, like, see there in the bottom left, I have a little sketch of her turning into a man on accident and being like, I can't go to school like this. It's because she can't control it. So it's random things will happen and she only controls little bits of it. So that's what was going on here. Next thing I normally think about is like what personality I want to go for. Because normally you think, oh, what the personality of this character, what would they have? Would they be like really cocky about it? Would they be more mild? And I just thought, you know, I'm gonna go with something that I wouldn't normally think would fit. Like a more like normal, kind schoolgirl that really doesn't even care about the fact she has these powers. They just kind of happen and she just kind of accepts it. I thought that would be a fun, interesting personality to go with because you don't normally see that, I suppose. So that's what it is. She's just like a high school girl. She has these crazy powers, but she's more annoyed by them than being ecstatic about it. Like the only thing she actually cares about, like she learned how to design her hair with sparkles and like the stars and stuff, and that's what she cares about because she's just a young girl. And the biggest problem is whether or not your crush is gonna like you back rather than actual big issues. So that's what I was going for. Next, I would normally choose an outfit that I think would match the character. Also one that would stand out, someone would be able to notice, because whenever you see animes or things like that, normally they have an outfit that instantly, boom, you know whose outfit that is. And that's a big sales point for the character. So that's what I was trying to go for. I realize now the outfit kind of is just starting to look like a carrot, but I wanted to give her like a big baggy sweater, but also it's like coming off the side so it's showing off her tattoo. Stuff like that. And I also wanted another outfit that's more like her school or professional outfit, maybe like wearing like a suit and a tie sort of outfit, like a vest. I thought that was an interesting idea to go about. You guys can let me know what you think. I just winged it and went with whatever. And this adoptable, I don't know if I told you, it's going to be on sale. It's already on sale and it's going to be on sale for a couple days. I'll put the link down in the comments. Next thing I'll think about is the family friends unit or structure. This one's always hard for me because I'm like, I don't want to go too far and try and make everything so unique. Like, oh my gosh, everyone's parents are lost in a car crash. That's usually the first thing that always happens with stories. So I tried to come up with something more normal. The first thing I thought about was like her father and her uncle are her big family structure. Like her uncle's always there for her. Her mother's not in the picture, but her father's always there for her, and her uncle is like her other father in a sense. He's always around. And the last thing I would do is add things that you enjoy to the character, whatever makes you happy and you're like, if I saw this character, I would like this character. And one of the biggest things, I wanted it to be lighthearted, super lighthearted, fun, almost like a comedy if it was an anime. Something that's simple, but then if it got serious, she does have these powers and she slowly learns how to control them. That was the whole idea behind this character. I actually wrote up an explanation about it in the description of the adoptable. So if you guys want to go check out the adoptable, it's up on the Amino. Though it is behind the fan club paywall, which isn't really much of a paywall. It's like less than $2 if you pay, or you can save up and get the coins for free. So that's fun. But there's also contests and stuff up there, so please do check it out. I have so much fun with those, and I'll be trying to be more active and get the OC's video out. Sorry again about this video. Thank you so much for watching.